Hello everyone, it's NewFan078 here. On DeviantArt a little while ago, I guess it's more than a while ago now, I realize it's back in October now, I was supposed to make a question and answer video. I offered to, and I was waiting till I got this wig in. And that would give you guys some time to ask me some questions as well. So this is the Starlight wig from Arda Wigs, if you're curious. I didn't get very many questions. I only got like 3. But there is a very important question that does kind of require some visual aid that I've been asked. So I am doing a video on this. Sorry, I keep running my eyes. Eyes get watery for some reason when I start doing videos, maybe nerves or something. Okay, so I'm just going to read the comments of questions that I got from DeviantArt and my Facebook page, which, like I said, there's only 3, so this should be pretty fast except for the last one. So, first one I got was, what is it like traveling to conventions? For me, traveling to conventions is kind of a long process. My closest anime convention is actually 8 hours away from me by drive. So, and I only went to that one once, and that was my first convention with a group of friends, or a group of, it was my friend, her brother, her used to be boyfriend at the time, and then there was her friends from another province. So we all went together, and my friends and their friends stayed at one hotel, and then we stayed, and the other group stayed at another hotel because it was cheaper or something. So that was my first convention. Little background there. But yeah, that was an 8-hour drive away. I haven't gone to that one again just because it is quite small. I think they're only up to about probably 3.5K maybe of people attending. That might even be a little bit more than they have. They might have gotten up to that now, or a little bit more. But back when I went, there was probably just over 1,000 or just over 2,000, something like that. So they have grown quite a bit, but not as much as like United States cons like Anime Fest and Anime Next that I went to. So yeah, when people say to me when I first attended Anime Fest and there's only like, I don't know how many people go there, like 6,000 people or something in Texas, yeah, or my friend and I were like, that's big to us because the first one we went to was pretty small. Other than that, there's also one 6 hours drive away from me, excuse me, sorry, and it's more comic book related though, I believe, because it's kind of like a Comic-Con kind of thing. But I think they have some animes built in there. I'm not really sure actually, but I think it's more comic book related. But it's just starting, so it would be small as well. But actually the question is, what is it like traveling to conventions? Sorry, I went kind of off balance there. It's an adventure, I guess, because I do have an airport by me, but it's kind of expensive for flights. So rather than that, I actually drive 6 hours to the nearest airport in another province, another town or whatever. I drive to another airport, so that's 6 hours away. So I drive 6 hours to an airport. Sometimes I have to leave the day before because my flight will actually be in the morning at like, 6 in the morning or 6:30 in the morning or something like that. So I drive down there. Sometimes I have to spend a night at a hotel there and then wake up the next morning for my flight. So it's a bit of an adventure because I do have to drive 6 hours to an airport. And then I get on the plane, and then I go to United States cons, which I like better because then I can see more of my friends I haven't seen in a while. So yeah, it's better when I also have friends to travel with. 2010 was great because I actually went with a friend to Texas. That was the first time I went to a United States con. The second year, 2011, I went with my dad, which was fun as well because he's my dad. And then 2012, my parents actually drove with me again so they'd have their own weekend in that city. That's 6 hours away from here, and they dropped me off at the airport, which I wasn't expecting. I was just going to take a taxi myself to the airport, but they did that for me, and it was an early flight, so they waited till and saw me off, and then I basically went on a plane ride by myself to New Jersey and met up with Angie AK from DeviantArt, or Angie Ikuki, I guess is her DeviantArt name, and Saki Ri from DeviantArt. I met up with her later on and we all roomed together, and yeah, I met up with Angie at the airport and we went to the hotel, and then Saki met up with us later on. So it's an adventure, but I wouldn't have it, well, I would have it another way if I could. I'll probably move one day, you know. I'm sure I'll move. I just don't know where to yet. I might even move multiple times. Maybe I'll even move to the United States, who knows. But right now in Canada. I'm just rattling now. This is way longer than it should be. But yeah, basically that's all I can say is for traveling, it's an adventure, but it's a fun adventure because I do like going through the different airports and stuff like that. I'm not really the greatest traveler. I do get a little bit anxious about things, like missing my flights and stuff, but I'm really good in airports, and it is a fun adventure. Okay, let's move on to the second question because I spent way too much time on that first one and got way off sidetracked. Dream set of roomies, and what con would these roomies have to be at? I do know the answer to this, and it's going to sound kind of bad because I don't like to disinclude people, right? But my dream con is actually Catsuit Con. Catsuit Con, if you got that. It's in Maryland, and it's at a beautiful hotel, which is the Gaylord Hotel, which is how I pick conventions. I pick conventions at how beautiful they are first, and then also if I have friends going there. Those are kind of like tied together, because if I don't have friends at a convention, I likely won't go, or if I don't have people I know, I likely won't go, because a convention isn't any fun if you don't have anyone to hang around with, really. So my dream con is Catsuit Con, and the roomies, dream set of roomies, would be Angie Ikuki from DeviantArt and Saki Ri. I love rooming with them. I found out in New Jersey. That was so much fun, and I miss them terribly. And I've seen Angie like since 2010, so of course I miss her. And Katsuya Weller, the photographer, she's on DeviantArt and Facebook and Flickr, and she's all over the place. She's a really good photographer. She's a really nice friend. I have yet to meet her in real life, but if she wanted to room with us as well, I would love that as well. This is, of course, meaning like no boundaries. If we could all get there and somehow travel there, then that would be great. I know most of us can't, or cannot afford to, or it's too far away. I was hoping to go to Catsuit Con this year. It is now 2013. Happy New Year. I forgot about that. But I was hoping to go this year, setting up roommates, but it might fall through this year. I might not be able to go. So, yeah, I can't guarantee that I'm going to Catsuit Con. It might be pushed back again until another year. And hopefully it'll still be at the Gaylord Hotel, because that hotel is gorgeous, and that is the main reason why I actually want to go there, because there's so many good photo shoot opportunities. So yeah, Yeah. Okay, and also, oh yeah, Katsuya also goes by Sleepy Creator on DeviantArt, but she now switched her name over to Headphone Studios. So, yeah. Okay, third question, which requires the visual aid, is how did you cut your Jaden wig? So my Jaden Yuki wig, or my Judai wig, Judai Yuki wig from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I'll post links in the description below, but I bought a base wig from eBay, and I believe their name was Cosplayland, but they've changed now, so I'll just type it in here, Cosplayland eBay. If you type it in on Google, Cosplayland eBay, it'll still show up as, like, the first thing is eBay My World Cosplayland, and I believe it's still the same thing. I'll click on it and double check. It's loading here. Oh no, it's not. Okay, so I'll actually go into my account here, and someone took that name, Cosplayland, because I have them saved in my favorite sellers list. I'll just log into this really quickly for you, because there are other Jaden wigs on eBay right now, but I don't like them as much. I've seen other people buy them, and in pictures they look really shiny, and I really don't like that. I like the wigs to look like real, right? Because you want it to look like your real hair. But those wigs, the latest eBay wigs that they have out right now, and most of them are all the same picture, so you don't really know what you're going to get, because they're all different sellers, and you don't know what's going to be the right one. So it kind of concerns me that way. But this shop that I bought my Jaden wig from, which at first I didn't really like it, I'll admit. I didn't really like the fibers of it. It was kind of messy looking, but I don't mind it now compared to the other eBay wigs out there, because they are really shiny, the other ones, in my opinion. Other people love them, which is great, good for you, and they are cheaper, which is great. If Fantasy Sheep still sold a Judai Yuki wig, that is who I would be buying it from, but Fantasy Sheep does not sell the Judai Yuki wig anymore, I believe, sorry. And I've also heard Fantasy Sheep is going downhill, not responding to messages, their email got hacked, people are not getting their orders, people are not happy with Fantasy Sheep right now, so I would not recommend them right now. I only heard that on Tumblr in the tags. You can actually search, and I searched Fantasy Sheep on Google, and they were in the Tumblr tag and a whole bunch of other places, and people just were not happy and wasted hundreds of dollars and still didn't have their order. And I think her quality is going downhill as well, so I just wouldn't recommend her right now. Okay, where is it? Right, okay, this is what I thought they were called. So where I bought my Judai wig from is actually a seller. I believe they're located in Germany, because that is where I got, that is how they spelled Canada. They spelled it with a K, and I believe the return shipping was from Germany. So it took me probably about 2.5 weeks to get my wig from Germany, which is pretty good, because usually it takes me 2.5 weeks to get things from the United States, or 2 weeks. Even from China, like, I mean, it takes quite a while to get to Canada for me. So if you're in the United States, I don't know how that'll work, but all I'm saying is there's pretty quick shipping. Maybe it's close to 3 weeks. I don't know. I can't remember, because it was a while ago I ordered it, right? But they are now called prettyland.eu. I will link them in the description below. And I'll link other wig sellers that I also like in the description below. That's just a little extra thing I can do for you. But I believe they still sell their Judai wig. You just have to look in their shop. So just go to their shop, which is a little red door, or what it says is Pretty Land Shop, or whatever. You know how eBay works if you've ordered off of eBay before. If you don't, maybe ask a friend or something. And I think you can actually even search in the search bar Judai wig in their store, and it should pop up. Oh, okay, no. Maybe I'm lying to you guys. Jaden wig? Here it is. Okay, you have to type in Jaden wig, and then it'll show up. It is a little bit pricier. It is actually a lot pricier than the other Jaden wigs that are on there right now. But in my opinion, it is nicer than the Jaden wigs that are on eBay right now because they are shiny. And this one is nice. It's still got the same base you work with. I've washed my Jaden wig several times, and it's still good. I just washed it the other day, in fact, again, and it still works fine. It is 32 euro dollars on here, it says, so that's $42 Canadian. And then shipping to Canada is $7.22 in Canadian. So I don't know how much that'll be United States wise, if you're from the States, or if you're international, I'm not sure. But as I said, I just like them better. And it fits my head fine, and I have a pretty big head. I believe I have, what size head do I have? 23 3/4 inch or something like that. I have a big head. So no problems there as well. The logo on there still says Cosplay Land, but that is safe because their old name used to be Cosplay Land. They just didn't change their watermark. So, but yeah, I've gotten my Jaden wig from there and my Ikato wig, and they are pricier, but I have no problems with them. They're good. So let's get to the bangs, because I'm making this way longer than it should be, probably. Oh my god, 16 minutes. Okay. Oh, and I'm running out of battery. Okay, I have to paste this together. So here I have my Jaden wig, and here is a wig I bought from Match Wigs, which is a new seller I tried out because I decided why not. Their wigs are made from the same fibers as Arda Wigs, which is Hyperlon, which is a very high quality grade heat resistant type wig. So you can use curling irons or straight flattering irons on these wigs. So the Jaden wig you get from prettyland.eu is also heat resistant. So it's kind of, I took my thing off there, it got kind of messy, right? But this is what they look like right now. I personally cut my Jaden wig too short, my bangs, but so I would recommend you don't actually cut your bangs like how I did, but since someone asked, I will show you how I cut them. So this is actually the reason why I'm showing you this one from Match Wigs is because it's pretty much the exact same thing you're going to get with your Jaden wig when you order it. It's going to start out with these long bangs like you have right here. And you don't want to be a long-haired Jaden, right? I was for the first year because I was scared to cut it. So you're going to want to cut it. And see, this is your wefts back here. This thing has the same thing going on. It's got flippy action. Sorry, I shouldn't say wefts, whatever. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is you're actually going to put it on your head, because wig heads are not the same size as your real head. You're going to want to put it on your head first, because if you cut your bangs first on one of these suckers, you're probably going to screw up. I'm just saying. So you're going to want to do that. For me, because I was just starting, and I still actually do this because I'm afraid to cut on wig heads, I actually cut my bangs, because I've only really cut bangs. I still cut them while wearing the wig. But of course, you know, people are smart and use these things, these styrofoam heads. So this is a female head, which is tilted. You have to make sure that you have them on straight as well. A thing that I just thought of the other day as well is if you put it on your, how did I think of doing this? If you put it on your head, and then just say you like took like a strand and you cut it where you wanted it to be, and you knew that was in the middle of your head, like your real head when you wear it, and then put it back on here, and then you could line it up and do it that way. Or there's also tabbies on the side of your wig right here, which you want lined up. Make sure it's on straight. So the first thing you're going to want to do is put it on your head. If you want to cut it like I did and cut it on your head, go for it. But I will recommend doing it over a sink with your sink covered so it can catch the hair, which is what I did. And you're also going to want to comb it first, so we'll just comb this one with a wide tooth comb. I'll just set down my camera right here for now. You're also going to want your wig head, or your wig, sorry, pinned to your wig head with straight pins. And I'll grab you some straight pins. You know what those look like? Or sewing pins is what I use. I might not even have them out right now. Okay, sorry it took so long there. Okay, so this is what you're going to use here, is like one of these. Pin your wig in. You know, it's straight. It's got the knobbies on it so you can see it better. Wonderful. So yeah, you want to pin that securely so that your wig doesn't move while you cut it. Okay, well I got it all combed out here now. You want to use a wide tooth comb. Sorry I didn't show you that right here, because it won't pull as much on your fibers. You won't have to be as worried about that. So you want to do it. You still want to do it carefully. But so you have it started. Okay, this is your wig. Now what I did was I used clips because I'm unsure about cutting straight. And I watched a YouTube video which was helpful in that way. I'm not actually going to cut this wig because I am using this wig later on for something. So, just so you know. But I am going to give you a general idea of how to do this. So these are the clips I use right here. They're fairly straight, right? They're in a curve. Sorry I'm doing this with my camera, but they're in a curve. But they are still fairly straight, so you could cut along them because they're going to give you a straight line, which is how I got the straight line over here.